You're not here to propound your case for censorship. You are here for cynical reasons to be used politically by that side of the aisle to embarrass the current president of the United States, and you're an enabler in that effort today. And it brings shame on a storied name that I revere.
The Democratic establishment dismisses Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as an anti-vax quack. At the same time, this week's attacks prove their real fear of his candidacy. And then there's the Joe Manchin, John Huntsman unity ticket with big money behind it. Yet Democrats say President Biden is inevitable and inevitable and heading towards next November. It's Friday. Sometimes the words get confusing. Chris Hahn's here, a man who never confuses his words.
Invincible was the word you were looking for, because he is, at least in the primary at this point. That's what
but okay, he is. So if he is invincible in the primary and inevitable in his victory,
I don't know if he's inevitable.
Okay, but so why are Democrats so afraid of RFK Jr.?
I wouldn't say they're afraid of him. Look, JFK Jr., RFK Jr. peaked at about 20%. And now he's at 14%. And the reason why he's going down is because people are actually paying attention to him now.
Yeah,
and the Democrats
you could call that the Ron DeSantis effect. That's
right.
how we started.
It's the same problem Ron DeSantis is having right now. It's actually on a much bigger scale because a lot of people put a lot of money behind Ron DeSantis. RFK doesn't have the same kind of finance.
Look, you think about the various third-party candidates. It does not take a lot.
No, it doesn't.
To sway an election. You think about George W. Bush, Al Gore, Ralph Nader in Florida 2000. You certainly think, obviously, Ross Perot 1992, Pat Buchanan 1992. Buchanan ended up really being the one who also, tanked H.W. Bush. How worried are Democrats, not necessarily about an RFK third party, but a Joe Manchin or a John Huntsman, one of these outside groups that says, we're going to come in and here you go?
When you win the presidency by taking 40,000 votes across a couple of states, you got to be worried about everything, right? And Joe Manchin would worry me because the people in that 40,000 who make up that swing vote are people who are paying a lot of attention. And you got to be very careful here. I worry about a third-party candidate because
what can Democrats do to... I get worried about it, but look, it doesn't seem like there's anything you guys can do about it.
Oh, there's nothing you can do about it, right? You got to run your race. You got to run hard. You got to run strong. You got to run afraid. There's only two ways to run: unopposed or scared. If you're not scared, you better be unopposed, because if you're not scared, you're going to lose.
It doesn't feel like Joe Biden's team is running scared, though.
They raised a lot of money, Leland. A lot of money. They lapped the field. And right now, that's all he really needs to do. People know who he is. They know who the president is. He's got these programs that are...
The guy does one event a day, somewhere between 10 and 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay? He doesn't seem to be ready to
Gotta take a nap, Leland.
Well, right. That seems to be a problem.
Don't you? I do. I'm a little older than you.
We may be getting a little too personal here, but no. But I say this. Look, it's one thing if you have a candidate who can run at 150%, right? Okay, against a third party. It's another thing if you have a candidate, for whatever reasons, is not able to function as a typical president running for re-election.
He's running against Donald Trump more than likely. People don't want that drama. Sleepy Joe is actually what they want. They want somebody they don't have to think about all the time. It's actually one of his best attributes. People think about this as like a problem for him. No, he's it was no drama Obama. It's Sleepy Joe. I think America wants that. I don't think they want to go back to this craziness, this insane. Yeah, I think. Look, I don't think it's going to be a basement campaign. I think it's going to be a lot more than he did in 2020.
Well, it has to be,
but it's not going to be. It's not going to be what It's not going to be Obama doing 40 states in the last 2 days.
The barnstorm's not going to happen. All right,
nice to see you, man.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider, and don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.